Que viva el sazón. Que viva el sazón.
Doing, guys, it's Sector Palmira BBQ, and we're here in Dumbo, Brooklyn with
Ruben Santana.
And we're gonna do a collaboration tomorrow in Time Out. It's gonna be delicious food. We have the pianono sausage. For you guys who don't know what pianono sausage is maduro, the beef. We deconstructed a Puerto Rican dish into it, so it has cheese as well. We put gouda in it, has sofrito on it, all the special spices, blend, sazon, adobo.
The real flavors, baby. The real flavors.
The real flavors.
Flavor bomb.
Flavor bomb.
Flavor bomb.
We said flavor bomb. All right, so we got that going on, and we also gonna have, what else we gonna have on the menu?
So we're basically gonna have a lot of Puerto Rican-based dishes because Hector right here, even though he's from South Carolina and he used to reside in Brooklyn, just in case you think that, you know, you don't know nothing about the New York area.
Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, we got the pianono sausage.
Yeah, the sausage we usually do longaniza, but since you know, I wanted to deconstruct the dish, and I thought it made sense to make it into a sausage, I did the pianono sausage.
Beautiful.
Essentially.
That's great. So then, and then also we're gonna of course have his beef cheeks. That's one of your number one items out there, right?
Number one selling. We're pushing the beef. We cannot even make enough for Palmira. I mean, it's the first thing that sells out. We do make it different because we got adobo in them. We have other ingredients as well that we put into it to make it
sazon, baby.
more Puerto Rican. Yeah, the sazon.
So then we have the beef cheeks, and then we're gonna also have something very popular in Puerto Rico called chuleta cancan.
La cancan. We
explain that, Cut.
So the chuleta cancan is the pork chop with the rib and the belly. So Ben here does something really similar. He fries the belly with the rib, which is a famous cut in
Chicharrón.
the art. So essentially, in Puerto Rico we leave the pork chop in it. So
that's great. That's a very unique cut.
It's unique because you have a little bit like the chuleta. It takes a lot of technique because the chuleta can dry out quicker than the other cuts.
Yeah,
you want to cook. So there is.
I think the smoke is gonna help with that, right?
Yeah.
And then we got that skin on top. That's gonna crisp up.
It's gonna crisp up.
So basically, we got a fried rib.
Yeah.
Some fried belly.
Yeah.
And some fried. That's crazy.
And it brings the essence of like the Caribbean and flavors that we grew up eating as well. So it's awesome to be able to do this here in New York. So.
And then we got some other stuff that you have your own take on, which is gonna be some barbacoa, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the barbacoa. We do it. So this has to do with my wife. My wife is from Michoacan, Mexico, and we put some different chiles, and we make it like a birria style type, like more juicy and but we decided to make a toston taco that we're gonna actually do, which is kind of like a twist, you know. So we thought that instead of like corn, let's do the plantains.
Yeah, and if anything connects DR and Puerto Rico, it's a plátano, right? So there you go.
So la ley.
So that's how we're gonna marriage these two.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be great, man. So you're gonna be over there in Time Out today, right?
Yeah.
Great vibe, right?
What's that?
Time Out's a great vibe, right?
It's a great vibe. It's an awesome place. Has a beautiful view. Everybody's like happy, enjoying their time there. Like everybody's loving the food, getting platters.
Yeah, man.
Mad love, mad support. My man right here, Gwen, has a great operation, and everybody's loving the vibe, loving the food, loving everything about it. All the flavor, especially the flavor.
Yeah. So definitely thank you for coming by, man. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna be a great event tomorrow. 11 a.m. is when we start. We're doing a little tasting in the morning, exclusive tasting for a select few that were invited for that tasting, and to record some content as well. So a big part and a big mission in this is to create. People already know who Hector is, but I think there's more dimensions to him than just, you know, the Carolina style hog and everything else. I think up here in New York, since we have such a diverse type of people up here in different races and different heritages, I think it's going to be great to bring what you bring from Puerto Rico to the Carolinas to New York.
Yeah,
and that's huge.
It's full circle. Essentially,
that's huge,
it's
man.
A full circle, so it's awesome to be able to do that. In this YouTube videos too, so you can see a little bit behind the scenes of what we do. It's not like an instructional video that I'm teaching you how to cook. It's more like, hey, this is the lifestyle. This is what we do. This is what we go through. So hopefully we can grow this channel by doing that, by showing you guys what.
So subscribe to Hector's channel. He's gonna be putting way more video, way more content.
Way more content.
Yo, so keep a lookout, and it's gonna grow, man. And I'm happy that we're growing together, man.
yeah.
Means a lot since day one,
the
man.
Caribbean connection, baby. Welcome to Bark BBQ headquarters here in Brooklyn, New York, where we've been smoking all night delicious beef cheeks, chuletas cancan, or famous pionono sausage, and all the meats that we're gonna serve at our collaboration today in Time Out Market and Dumbo.
First off, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It really means a lot for you guys to come out and show some support. Me and Hector go back to the pandemic. We both started in our backyard, and we met. It was just through Instagram, right? We were just going back and forth, DMing each other. So we actually built a good friendship through social media, and here we are now. So this was the time for us to actually do something before his restaurant and his brick and mortar goes up, and you know, won't be able to get him up here. So we're basically, so I'll just give like a general, and he's gonna walk through basically the specialty items that we have. So as you know, over here in Bark, we always have our chicharrón, which is our pork belly. This is actually a new item, our smoked and fried chickens. So we have half, and we sell them by wholes. And then we have our pulled pork with some crispy skin on top, so it gives it a little bit of contrast and some solidity there. And then we have our pork ribs, of course, our brisket, beef ribs that we only have on the weekdays, and our rib tips. Dominican torta, so it's more on the sweet side, so it's not really on the salty side. It's not your traditional cornbread, and that goes with a little bit of guava butter that we do. And we torch it up, and you can just spread it yourself when you get it on your table. Our mac and cheese, our arroz con gris that we make with a bone broth. So we cook the rice in a bone broth, very delicious, a lot of flavor in it, and of course our maduros, pickled onions, and pickles. And now Hector, he's gonna walk us through his dishes that he came up here to give you guys a taste of, and some background and everything else.
So guys, so we're gonna start with the beef cheeks. That's like our bread and butter right here. It's really similar to brisket. It has a lot of collagen, a lot of fats, delicious. I think it's one of the best cuts out there. And from there, we're gonna go to the barbacoa. The barbacoa right here, we smoke in the offset as well. We decided to do a shell kind of taco made out of toston. Plantain is like really prevalent in the Dominican Republic and in Puerto Rico, so that was a connection that we have right there, and we decided to, and we eat this since kids. I mean, this is something that we eat in the household every day, so incorporate it into this platter. It means culture, it means us, you know, so we decided to put it in there. We put cilantro sauce on top, we put some pickles, but you want some acidity to be able to cut the barbacoa, because it's such a rich cut. From there we put some tortilla too, to add like just a different level of saltiness as well, and creaminess to it. From there, we're gonna go to the pionono sausage. The pionono sausage actually has maduros, or amarillos, how we call them in Puerto Rico, so bring some sweetness to it. Actually, that's made 100% from beef cheek as well. So these three cuts come from the same provider, and then we trim it in different ways and create three different items. So from here, You have Gouda cheese as well. So the pionono is a Puerto Rican dish, and we deconstruct it into actual sausage. It has a lot of creaminess. It's really soft compared to other sausages. It has a really milky, kind of silky texture to it. Super delicious. Yeah, it's wonderful. And from there, the big showstopper, we have the chuleta can. It's a traditional cut in Puerto Rico that we do since probably the 1940s when it got real famous in Puerto Rico. You got the crispiness, so we usually fry it, but this is smoke and fry, just like the Bark chicken right here, and the chicharrón as well. So we corroborated in it as well.
But actually, that has 3 of my proteins on one of this.
Yeah,
it has the belly, it has the rib.
Exactly.
And then,
so in DR, they do the belly with the rib. In Puerto Rico, they add the pork chop to it. I mean, the islands are right next to each other. It's obviously influences that go back for ages. But just so yeah, and in Palmira, we normally do a direct heat, and then we fry it. Here we did it with the offset, and that's the way we decided to do it. And it's delicious. It's really crispy, a lot of flavor in there as well.
So definitely, I think this is a big display of who we are and where we come from, and trying to take a method of cooking and just trying to implement our heritage into is actually really huge for us, because we don't want to be too overbearing, too forceful with anything, but we feel that this right here is representative of who we are, and it distinguishes us. That if you see this tray, you know where it came from. It's very huge, not only for Bark, but also like for New York City in general. New York City is, like I was always telling you, it wasn't really known for barbecue, right? So to have somebody from the South, in case you guys didn't know, Hector was ranked one of the best barbecue restaurants in the entire South. Not just in the Carolinas, not in just a certain coast, entire South. That's huge. You got Kansas City, you got the Carolinas, you got Texas, and those are really big states that are really known for barbecue. So, and him having his Puerto Rican heritage and being able to, actually perform with the best out there, that's huge, and that's something that I admire and respect from all the way up here.
Yeah. In this collaboration, it's about that. It's about people that inspire you. That's why you do collaborations with people. Like, he inspired me, I inspire him. We have ideas, we throw ideas at each other, and that friendship grew to this collaboration that we're doing today.
Yeah, guys. So we definitely want to thank you guys for coming. It really means a lot, and we just wanted to give you guys an exclusive tasting. So guys, thank you.
Thank
really
you so much.
Appreciate it. Woo! Yesterday was an amazing and very, very special event. Yeah, it was actually above expectations, I would have to say. And the reason being is that we had a lot of people that came by, showed some sort of support to us. And to be honest, to have Hector come here from South Carolina and for us to make this cook possible, in this environment and this energy, it was just something else. It's one of the very first collabs that I do, being at my brick and mortar. So I wanted to do it with somebody that I had a lot of respect for, and and a lot of admiration, and it couldn't have worked out any better than it did yesterday.
Got together and really embraced our culture and all the flavors, the sazon and everything, put it together into this platters, and people were just like, man, this just tastes so good, so different. Puerto Rican, Dominican, Latino heritage into the barbecue game, and we're proud to represent our heritage. And I think in New York City, such a vibrant city, there's just so much flavor here, so much swag, and everything was just great. So yeah, I'm deeply honored to be here and do the collaboration with somebody that truly inspires me and I respect a lot.
El sausage es la madre, el pionono sausage, demasiado bueno, espectacular, la colaboración completa, los sabores de nosotros en Bark, los sabores de Héctor, que estaba loco por probarlo, demasiado súper bueno, demasiado, que viva el sazón, que viva el sazón.